Violence, of course, is nothing new on the internet, but video of a fight on Myspace is truly disturbing. Two very young children, they look to be about 7 or 8, seemingly forced to fight each other. They're egged on by the adults who are surrounding them, who sort of yell, horrible things at them while they're in the process of this. Then they set up the kids to go back at it in this video. Joining me now is child psychologist Dr. Stephen O'Brien. Good to have you with us today, doctor. I wish we had something more fun to look at. This is a really disturbing piece of what is going on, at least in some parts of our country. What do you make of this, and what kind of message does it send to these little boys?
Well, this is pathetic and tragic on so many levels. I mean, first of all, these are parents that, if they do think that they're doing their kids a service, like they think they're teaching them life skills to fight, then they're doing so in a way that sacrifices their kids' safety. And at the same time, it may even be more pathetic than that if they're doing it as entertainment. So, with all the problems that we know that kids have been having, and kids feeling anxious going to school these days because of school violence, this is what we see, and it's very, very sad.
There's a moment, we can't show it because we don't want to show a close-up of this little boy's face, but there's a moment that literally broke my heart watching this video. The little boy, one of them, steps aside, he kind of shrugs his shoulders and hangs his head down, and then he's forced to kind of turn around and go back at it by these people. What is the impact, the long-term impact on children who are put in this kind of situation? And it really can extend to a lot of different facets of what we're seeing in American life today.
Absolutely. I mean, this little boy you described on some level knew what he was doing was wrong, and you got to admire him for that.
Yes.
But what we know is that there are decades of psychological research that show there's relationships between watching aggression and being more aggressive. I mean, these kids have higher rates of depression, anxiety, substance abuse, delinquency, a host of other problems. So the long-term outcome is not good.
All right, doctor, stick around if you can. You can listen to and chime in on the panel if you like. Cody, let me go to you first. Your thoughts when you watch this?
Well, the most important thing is that the prosecutors need to take this tape, find every adult's face in there, and go find who these people are and prosecute them and get those kids out of that house and protect them. That's the bottom line. The virtues of communication and the virtues of distributing the information on the internet, those will continue to outweigh the viciousness, right, which is really what this is. And that is partly because we can take that footage and go find the evildoers because it is tracked and that's on national TV.
Cody, I totally agree with you. Rather than looking at the internet as kind of spreading this kind of, or encouraging this kind of behavior, then instead it gives us a new tool to police abuse, police illegal behavior, and that's a great thing.
But the prosecutors need to act. They've got the footage. Let's not couch this and make it seem like it's no big deal. Go get these people.
Let's take a look at, while we talk about this Corpus Christi fight as well, which I know some of you took a look at as well. It's a pee-wee football, folks. Pee-wee football argument. They get into a fight with the ref. The parents start jumping on each other. Keep in mind, these kids are little. They're like second grade. I want to say pee-wee is maybe first grade. I'm sure I'll get corrected on that. But they're young kids. What do you think about it, Jill?
My understanding is these children are 5 and 6 years old, and the
first grade
parents and refs are getting in a fight, knocking the ref out, and it's ridiculous. Be a role model to your children.
I know. You know what? That's what rings true in both of these. Be a grown-up. Where are the grown-ups in these situations? Where are they, Hank?
There are no grown-ups. They need to have their parents' licenses lifted. They need to be in therapy as well as being punished. They ought to be public about it, so this kind of behavior is seen as what it is. And when those children grow up to be axe murderers or serial killers or get into trouble with the law, we need to be able to say, hey, look, this is where it began.
But again, maybe the internet discourages this kind of behavior in the future because, hey, if somebody is at the game, maybe you'll think twice about attacking another parent if there's a video camera there.
If they prosecute, though, there has to be prosecution to make it
We like cockfighting in this country. We love to sick
but you don't put it on the internet
but we don't put it on the internet.
How many people do you know who have been to an actual cockfight? Come on,
I grew up in Hunts Point in the South Bronx, and I knew a lot of people. So let's put it in context. Look, we like kind of violence. We enjoy violence. We watch violence. Here's a place where we're shuddering because children are involved. You need to publicize the fact, publicize the people, and publicly talk about what they're going to do to change their behavior. That will go a lot longer.
It goes back to what I was talking last night with Bill O'Reilly about, and just the changing nature of our country. And this is entertainment, Jill. Where do we draw the line in terms of what some people will find as entertaining when they want to pull this up on the internet?
Well, I think there's a new magazine that came out recently, and its whole goal is to shock people and to show horrible pictures of people being tortured, people seem to have no limit anymore for what shocks them and what's too much. And I think hopefully we'll reach a threshold very soon and return to having some values.
But I don't think it's a new thing. Society's always been like this. If anything, I do think things are getting more virtuous. I look around in America today, and yes, we've got problems, but guys, things are getting good. I mean, things have improved.
People have always done dumb, outrageous things for attention. Just look at O.J. Simpson.
All right, we got to leave it right there, you guys. Thank you so much. Great panel today. Hank and Jill and Cody and Dagen, thank you very much to all of you for being with me today. Coming up next, we're going to ask this question. Whatever happened to, this is always a fun segment, former California Representative Gary Condit? We're going to tell you what we learned when we dug in. We'll be right back.